Have you ever just stopped and thought about how we got here? To this world of instant information and global connection? It really wasn't one giant leap. It was more like a chain reaction, a series of dominoes falling one after the other, with each one setting up the next. So today, we're going to trace that incredible journey through 5 key inventions that literally built the world you're living in right now.
So let's start with a really big question. How in the world did we go from a simple circle, one of our earliest big ideas, to the supercomputer that you're probably holding in your hand right now? Well, the path between those two things, that's the entire story of human ingenuity.
All right, so here's our roadmap. We're starting way back with the wheel, around 3500 BC. Then we're going to jump way forward to the printing press in the 15th century, power everything up with electricity in the 19th, get connected with the internet in the 20th, and then, finally, bring it all home with the smartphone in our century. So, you ready? Let's tip over that very first domino.
So, our first domino is the one that, well, it quite literally set humanity in motion.
Yeah, we're going way, way back for this one, all the way to about 3500 BC. This is when one of the most fundamental inventions of all time shows up. And you can see just how profound the change was. Before the wheel, the world was tiny. I mean, your entire life was probably limited to how far you could walk. But after, the whole world just opened up. And it wasn't just about travel. This was the beginning of big-time trade, of building cities, and of the very first machines that didn't run on pure muscle power. A total game changer.
So here's the crucial link. Now that humanity could actually move stuff, and themselves, across huge distances, the next big hurdle wasn't moving bodies anymore. It was about moving ideas.
Which leads us right to our second domino, the printing press. This is the invention that let knowledge just spread like wildfire.
So in the 15th century, this guy, Johannes Gutenberg, comes up with the printing press. And what it did was revolutionary, but so simple. It let people make tons of copies of written stuff fast. Before this, books were unbelievably rare, super expensive, and somebody had to copy every single one, by hand.
And the impact was just explosive. All of a sudden, books were affordable, they were available, and literacy rates just skyrocketed. But it's about more than just reading, It was about more people thinking and questioning everything. This one invention directly fueled massive cultural shifts like the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. It was basically the first time an idea could go viral.
Now, all these new ideas and scientific breakthroughs kicked off the Industrial Revolution. Factories and machines were popping up everywhere, but they were hungry. They needed a brand new kind of fuel to keep them running. And that fuel, our third domino, was electricity, that invisible force that would power the entire modern world.
So, in the 19th century, you have these brilliant minds, people like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, and they figure out how to tame electricity. They didn't invent it, of course, but they're the ones who turned it into a reliable power source that you could actually pump into homes and factories.
And honestly, this quote really nails it. Electricity became the backbone of modern life, powering industries, homes, and technology we can't live without. I mean, just think about it for a second. Without electricity, almost nothing built in the last 150 years would even work. Okay, so we've got motion, we've got mass knowledge, and we've got power. What's the next logical step? Well, you use that power to connect all of that knowledge absolutely everywhere. Time for domino number 4, connecting every corner.
This chart is just a perfect way to show the sheer scale of this leap. Before the internet, sending a message to the other side of the planet could take days, maybe even weeks. After the internet, it's instant. The whole concept of distance when it comes to communication was just erased.
And its impact was, well, it was total. It completely reshaped every single part of our lives. How we do business, how we learn, how we entertain ourselves, and of course, how we connect with people all over the globe. It really did make the world a much, much smaller place. And that brings us to our final domino, the one that takes all these huge world-changing inventions and packs them right into the palm of your hand. This is progress in your pocket.
Now this is the really cool part, where it all clicks together. The legacy of the wheel? That's in your phone's GPS and all your travel apps. The legacy of the printing press? That's having access to all of human knowledge. Electricity? Well, that's obvious. It's the juice that makes it all run. And the internet gives it that instant global connection. You see, the smartphone isn't really a single invention at all. It's a convergence. It's where all the previous dominoes finally landed.
And what's the result? Well, in just a couple of decades, this little device has become an absolutely inseparable, essential part of modern life for billions of us. It was adopted faster and more widely than pretty much any technology that came before it.
So, we've seen the chain reaction. From the wheel to the press to electricity to the internet, all leading to that device in your pocket. This whole incredible journey of innovation really just leads us to one last, fascinating question. What is the next domino to fall? What invention is being cooked up in a lab right now that one day will seem just as fundamental as the wheel or the internet and will completely reshape the world for the next generation? Now, that's something to think about.